Hi, I'm Tim Motzer, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing here with the pedals and the guitar and stuff. Interestingly enough, I've been experimenting for a long time with clips, alligator clips, which are really nothing new, I don't think. I think a lot of people have used these over the years. But I really have been enjoying using them and trying to kind of create more of an African kind of sound, which does that, which is really cool. And because of that sound, it makes me play differently. So that's why I do it. I'm always trying to do things that get me into new places and take me on a different journey. And of course, I'm using a capo as well. So that just having that alone, just does something for the sound and the range of the guitar. It puts me in a different headspace. I also use a bunch of toys over here. The EBow, this has been around forever. It's really a common device, but it's something I really love because you can get instant long tones, and then when you're looping, you can really get into layering and putting these tones across very quickly and beautifully. So you can create a really nice ambient soundscape using this. Also use another very common device, the slide, this one a brass one. Really, the brass slide, for whatever reason, just takes me back to the Della blues sound, and there's just something about the blues that I'll always reference in my playing, so that always centers me, if I'm soloing or whatever like that. It's a really nice sound. So onto the pedals. Actually, I'm using this beautiful Takamine guitar as well that I've had forever. I've been touring with it, and it's overused and well used, and I've beat it to death, and it just keeps giving back. The more I heard it, the better it is. So I've been enjoying this. One of the things I do with this guitar, and the reason it's probably become my main guitar, is I use it as a drum pretty much. So there's a lot of this, which I couldn't do that with my Strat or the Tellys that I have. It's just a different sound. But here, I get so many different sounds that I can utilize creating rhythms on the go. And then with the Whammy pedal, the first pedal I'm going into, so it opens up a lot of things for me. I work with dancers a lot and also do a lot of soundscapes for motion pictures and video and things like that. So I can really dial in a vibe really quickly working like this, building off of soundscapes or rhythms or whatever. But starting with the Whammy 5, which is brand new, which I just got from Digitech, and I'm so thrilled with it. I've had the Whammys for years and years, and I think they keep getting better all the time. And this one is really exciting because first of all, some of the things I like about it anyway, I've always enjoyed the 2 octaves up and the octave up, but something they did this time around is they have a 5th up. So I'm just going to show that really quickly. And they have a 4th up and a 2nd up, so you can do really interesting things really quickly. So really like when you're soloing with Fuzz or something like that. I really like that combination of what it does, and of course it has all the different harmonies, and it also does 2nd down, 4th down, 5th down, which you can do some of the same stuff. And I also use it for getting bass tones, which I love. And you also have 2 octaves down. So, you know, building loops and kind of building a soundscape like the way I like to work, you know, I'm trying to use the whole orchestral range really. So several octaves up, several octaves down, and all kinds of stuff flying around, and just creates an environment that's really fun to improvise in, and it helps you find something. And beyond the whammy pedal, I just go into a Gaiatone OD2, which is just a really simple overdrive, and then into the Ibanez Smash Box, and which I kind of call my Black Sabbath in a box. Kind of has that cabinet sound that I like. And one of my favorite fuzz pedals I've ever had is the Fuzz Factory by Zvex, and I've been using this for quite a while. I just like how out of control it is. As soon as you turn it on, there's something happening. It's feeding back, and it's just insane. From there, I'm going to a really simple delay pedal, also by Gaiatone. It's just straight up 3 knobs: feedback, delay time, and level. So you can do all your typical delays. One of the things I like to do with this, though, is play a lot with oscillations. And that can create a whole other texture in your looping or whatever. And I do this kind of stuff a lot. So you can scare your neighbors with this very easily. The Line 6 pedal, I think, is just the DL4 is just a classic, I think, for me. And you know, I've been using this probably since it came out, 2001, and just a great looper. It's very intuitive. Again, I think it's really simple, and you can do half speed up, half speed down, and reverse. You can control your mix, and then it's a great delay unit as well, and has all kinds of amazing delays. So this has been around forever, so I think everybody knows about this. One pedal that I missed on the top was the Eventide Harmonizer, and from this harmonizer it goes into the Eventide. And you know, you might ask, why are you using 2 harmonizers? Because it's kind of like one too many, but to me it's not, because they have such different sounds and applications. And this one is just, I just dial to what I'm trying to do really quickly. Or this one is beyond a harmonizer. It's like an Eventide in a rack, and you know, you have all these great, you know, you have those kinds of things which are really common, I think. Great bass that blows out speakers, and it has some really nice textural sounds. Just really nice as part of a layer. Like I'm looking at layering a lot like painting. And then things like this where you have chromatic. So one note gives you a 5th back in a delay. This pedal, I can't say enough about it. I've only written 1 patch for it since I bought it, and I keep finding more and more stuff every day that I utilize it. And you know, I mess around and tweak with it, and it's just one of the deepest and most fun pedals I've ever used, and it's become a big part of what I do. The other Eventide that I love is Space, of course, and that's come out a long time ago now. I think 2 or 3 years ago, I believe. And an incredible reverb. I use Hell's Gate a lot. There's also a patch on here that's also, all these are presets. Shimmer. Kind of gives you an octave string part. So really, really beautiful pedals. The last thing that I'm utilizing in the pedal board is from Pigtronics. It's the Infinity Looper, and this has really opened up a lot of new things for me, especially in the area of playing with drummers, because basically over the years, as I do live looping, if I'm playing with Ursula Rucker or something, and they're more song constructions or groove constructions with bass lines and things like this that lock down. You know, if my sound is in the drummer's monitor, sometimes with all the textures, it's really hard to to hear that. And some of that is the clarity of my playing. Some of it is just the sound system is bad, you know, and it's hard for them to hear. One of the things that Pictronics did is they've offered an auxiliary out for one of the first times. So I can give this to the front of house, and that goes to the drummer, and he's my friend forever now. So we're having a lot of fun, and it's just opening up new doors of locking in creative ways. But this looper is basically two loopers. You can sync them together, which is fantastic, and you have two loop volume controls here, so you can come in and out from either one of these, which is great. So I have a lot of fun mixing the loops in different ways. You can also reverse, and I believe they're going to also do halftime speed pretty soon. And some other things I love about this is you can save your loops. So that's kind of a nice thing to have if you want to do any pre-production or anything for a tour. You can have up to 9 different loops set up. Regarding the Infinity 2, another thing that's kind of remarkable is if you put an SD card in here, I think a 32 gig card, I think you can have like 8 hours of recording, which is kind of insane. And the way I like to play and just kind of improvise, you know, I could improvise a piece for 5 minutes before the loop starts or whatever and just keep going. When that composition or improvisation composition is done, you can save it, dump it into a computer or whatever you want to do. So really a lot of fun toys. I've really been enjoying that. And then usually what I do is I run stereo out of the space, which today I'm going through this amp here and a Princeton reverb on this side. And I have great results also going through PA systems and, you know, for a fuller 3-way sound. So that's pretty much the rig.